a path of action. See my whole forearm? I'm not doing it with a line of action. Is there anybody unclear on path versus line? We all know that, right? So you can see the whole path with a huge room for error here and very small room for error here. So now when I've come back and I've gotten to here, as I go to step around and I do my rolling check, if I just do a little bit more of a waiter's trick, I hook that eye on the way around. So I just insert from here. See, I rip that a little bit. So what I'm trying to do is go palm up and let the tip of my fingernail slice a little bit, because I just changed it from this to this. That's all I did. And you might be able to hook that out. So you keep that pressure here, so when I move, see, there it is. So when I move, right across the eye. And that's what I got to do anyhow to get my hand to orbit to come around for this one. Okay? So there's one insert coming around this way. The second one that I want you to work on is you step back to this position, and then I rip. And as I step, before I step around, I come 1, 2, and then I hit this eye, and I stay in this position, and I'm moving this way. So I continue, and I hit him with a descending hammer fist on the base of the kidney. That throws his hips forward, and that brings his head back, so I can bounce, go, boom. Catch him with a lifting forearm coming right back up to the base of the skull. Is the phone ringing? So I've gone through here. Before I step, I insert, I add. I hook here, and I travel down with one move. Boom, and I bounce back up. Now I step. And finish the tight. Okay? Since you didn't see it, I'll show you in here. So you go back this way. Here's my hook, my hit, and my forearm. It's a double contour. I come down and hit, contour around the back, boom, that should throw the hips forward and bring the head back, and as soon as you hit, it's just bounce, right back up. And then his head goes boom, bam, right back. It's just an insert. So I come back, I go here, I hook the eye down, up, now I step. Okay? So now we have a left-right combination. Left-right combination. So it's left, and then at the moment, step through right. That's the attack. So you turn and you look at your partner, and they're up like this. And they go, boom, and step through, left, right. 1, 2, just like that. It's 2 straight punches coming from a guarded position up and tight. Not one of these. We've seen that, haven't we? We know those people that do that, don't we? And unfortunately, all those students that sit and watch the Grand Master, who's 30 years old and a 9th degree black belt, which of course is impossible, sit there and watch him do that, and he does some jump, spinning, flying, breaking 3 boards, and incredible. And you, as the student, sit there going, wow, that guy's bad, you know, that's great, I want to do that. Well, maybe in 30 years or 20 years you can do that, maybe never. But then you got to run the risk of doing that out on the street versus keeping your feet on the ground and clocking them. You know, that's the practical versus the impractical. So, again, realistic attacks yield realistic defenses. If you put a stupid attack on something, you can do anything. You know, you can be David Carradine and make this stuff. Park a little bit. Remember I had this, just a little bit, because when I kick that leg, he's going, come back. When that thing goes forward, he wants to come back a little bit. So remember I stopped here with this righting check, so I can check here and I can check here. So now when all I do is turn and I torque and I drop and I leave this here. And it becomes a contouring strike where I hit him in the buttocks and my hand whips around. It's this, going this way. Got it? So you go around and hit the Ranchos Huevos on this side. So I come here and I turn and I whip. So once again from the beginning slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn into a positional check, still staying in a neutral. My right hand is going to come up, and my elbow stays in. None of this. So my right hand comes up, and I'm going to hit this again. Wham! And I'm going to rip his head back. And as I pull his head back, now I'm going to reverse my left and right hand, and I'm going to catch him with a lifting heel palm in the base of the neck, and come back and check him this way. And as I do that, I'm going to sweep the other leg and stretch him out. So now I've hit him back here, stretch him out, and then the left hand continues, and I catch him again underneath the guard. Okay? So once again, the left and right. Why is everybody smiling? Okay? So I come back. Now when I do all this move, it gets a little more complicated because I take my left leg and I sweep out his right leg. And when I plant down, I continue to over to my left hand, and you're here for that next hit. And I push a little bit, wait. And I hit here and I push a little bit and he starts to go down. And as he starts to go down, my right arm contours and I check and I grab and I pull this up. Come on up just a little bit on that side. Come up a little bit. So I got him up. Your butt up. There you go. I can see the headlines. This is how Speakman made it in Hollywood. So I grab and he goes down to fall. And then I do a front cross over to here. And I come down with a leg break. Okay. Then from this leg break, my left hand circles around and I knock this leg out of the way. And as I do that, I come back with a hook kick up under the groin. One more time. Now my leg is cleared. I drop, I shuffle back, find those testicles again, and pow, pinch them down. And then when I go to leave, I sweep and make sure I have a clear path coming out. And then down I go.